that they're going to take. So the coaches do not want the wrestlers to do this. I was speaking to people earlier. I'll try and go to them again as well. सर ये wrestlers यहाँ पर कह रहे हैं कि वो इस गंगा में बहा देंगे मेडल्स को, क्योंकि उनको लगता है उनकी इज्जत नहीं है मेडल्स की जिस हिसाब से उनके साथ व्यवहार हुआ है. आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
मैम वो दुखी होकर कह रहे हैं कि गंगा में बहा देंगे, उनकी बात नहीं सुनी जा रही. तो इसके लिए मैं पहले भी कहा था, अभी कह रहा हूँ कि सरकार को बात करनी चाहिए. ब्रिजभूषण के खिलाफ जो इन्होंने बोला है कि उसने गलत बोला है, तो इनकी इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए. इनकी पूरी इंक्वायरी होनी चाहिए. उसके बाद ही पता लग जाएगा सच्चाई क्या है और झूठ क्या है.
People here are of the opinion that they should not go ahead with this step. The medals look good when around their necks because they work very, very hard to win those medals for the country. They give it their all when they participate in tournaments like, Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, Olympics as well. Sakshi Malik is, of course, a 2016 Olympic medalist. Bajrang Punia, 2021 Tokyo Olympics medalist. Vinesh Phogat has won many laurels for the country in Asian Games and in Commonwealth Games. But at this moment, they continue to sit here at the circle that has been formed here at Harki Pauri, and they are contemplating whether they should actually go ahead with this or not. Their coaches, like I said, are here and they are trying to convince them to not do this, but the wrestlers likely to go ahead with this because they do not feel that there is any other way of them being heard or any other way of asking for justice or making what they say. The country feel that they're helpless and restless and they were left with no other choice but to do this in Haridwar, where lots and lots of people have now gathered to see what this drama is all about. Remember, we were talking about Brijbhushan Sharan Singh. The Delhi police has recorded his statements twice. The investigations were on, but the wrestlers are trying to build pressure that arrest him, put him behind bars because there are 7 complaints against him, including one of a minor wrestler as well. So clearly, the wrestlers felt that they weren't being paid heed to by the ministry or by the Sports Authority of India. But in the past few weeks, we've seen Sports Ministry officials also coming and trying to convince them to get off from Jantar Mantar while saying that the investigation is on. The Delhi police is doing its job and they will continue with their investigation. And in fact, the Sports Ministry also offered that they would not put anybody in WFI who has a criminal record or any sort of cases against them. But the wrestlers saying कि हम पिछले बार हम बेवकूफ बनाए गए थे, इस बार हम बेवकूफ नहीं बनेंगे, is what the wrestlers said when the Sports Ministry officials had come to meet them. They were adamant on their demands of arresting Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, and now we are seeing it's come to a point where they are here at Harki Pauri. More than half an hour that they have been sitting here in a circle with a human chain surrounded by their fellow wrestlers, by their fellow family members, and trying to get a sense of what they're actually going to do. Because Christine, once they put the medals in this Ganga river, once they immerse it, there is no looking back. They are not going to see their medals again, whether it's an Olympic medal or an Asian Games or a Commonwealth Games medal. It is going to flow with the water here in the Ganga river, where a lot of people come in large numbers to take holy dips. So this is where they plan to immerse their medals. Whether their coaches are successful in convincing them to not take this step, that is something we are waiting to see. There is a huge crowd that has gathered here now. We are awaiting any sort of clarification or clarity from the wrestlers or the support system who has arrived with them here to give us a sense of what they are thinking, what they are planning, whether they are actually going to go ahead or not. But these are unprecedented scenes here at Harki Pauri, never seen before in the history of Indian sports, that players would decide to come to a place like Haridwar to immerse their medals. This absolutely has to be an unprecedented step that has been decided upon them, that has been decided by them to take, to ask for justice, to seek justice, even as an investigation against Brijbhushan Sharan Singh is happening. What has led to this is possibly the fact that Brijbhushan Sharan Singh was there when the new parliament was being inaugurated. He had posted pictures outside of it, and after which the wrestlers decided to take that march towards the new parliament to hear, to make themselves heard. They were stopped by the Delhi police. There was a tussle that took place. There was an FIR that was registered against them because the Delhi police said it would have become a law and order situation because it was a highly protected area that day, given how many VVIPs were going to be there in and around the new parliament. So of course after that the wrestlers were removed from Jantar Mantar. Their entire entourage was removed from Jantar Mantar and they ended up going back to their homes. They just took a day's rest and then ended up coming back to protest now at Haridwar, at Har Ki Pauri. Vijay Harinder, of course, trying to show you visuals, trying to give you as close visuals as possible from the unprecedented scenes that we're seeing here at Har Ki Pauri. People are only increasing by the minute. Some, of course, bystanders who are trying to capture it in their mobiles as to what's happening. Why is there so much media over here? But a lot of media presence over here and a lot of people, of course, talking about what's going on at Har Ki Pauri in this moment. It is 6:35 now. The wrestlers have been in a huddle with themselves for about close to 40-45 minutes now. They have been sitting on the ground. They have been, deciding what to do next and what they want to do next, whether they want to put the medals in this water or not. They are over here and I have one lady here with me. I'm going to try and speak to her. Ma'am, ये wrestlers यहाँ पर बैठे हुए हैं इतनी देर से, वो कह रहे हैं कि वो अपने मेडल यहाँ बहा देंगे. आप क्या कहना चाहेंगी?
ये हमारे लिए, हमारे देश के लिए और हमारे लिए बहुत ही दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण बात है कि हमारे देश की शान मान सब जो हमारे देश के लिए सम्मान जीत के आई हैं, जब वो सम्मान मेडल जीत के आई तब मोदी जी उनको अपने पास बिठा के चाय पिला रहे थे, डिनर करा रहे थे. आज वो अपनी बात रखे, उनके साथ यौन शोषण हुआ है, उसके लिए वो मतलब कह रही है कि हमें इंसाफ दो. तो मतलब आज हमारे को इतनी हमारी राजनीति हो गई कि हम वोट के लिए ब्रिजभूषण का साथ दे रहे हैं हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी, और जो हमारी महिलाएं हमारा देश का हमारे देश की शान है उनको आपने एक तरफ कर दिया. उनको पुलिस,
ये जो फीमेल रेसलर्स हैं ये भी कह रही हैं कि हम चाहते हैं कि जो आगे आने वाली जनरेशन होगी जो रेसलिंग लेगी, हम उनके लिए इस खेल को साफ कर देना चाहते हैं ताकि जो इन्होंने देखा है वो किसी और को ना देखना पड़े. तो आप उस पर क्या कहना चाहेंगे, क्योंकि शायद इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स की हिस्ट्री में ऐसा नहीं हुआ है कि खिलाड़ी एक हरिद्वार पर आकर अपने मेडल बहा दें.
ये हमारे लिए बहुत अपमान की बात है कि एक लेडीज इतनी जो कि भारत के लिए रत्न लेके आई हैं और वो आकर के यहाँ हरिद्वार में आके कहती है मैं अपना मेडल, जो सारी जिंदगी उन्होंने मेहनत करके मेडल कमाए थे, उनको उन्होंने यहाँ पे फेंकने के लिए मजबूर होना पड़ा. एक स्पेशल लीडर बाय नेम लिया जा रहा है तो उसको या तो उसे हटाया जाए या उनसे माफी मांगी जाए या उन औरतों का कम से कम सम्मान तो करें. जिस तरह कल जंतर मंतर पर उन्होंने भेड़चाल करी है, औरतों के साथ जो भीड़ भाड़ हुई है, जो बदतमीजी की है, वो हर औरत के लिए बदनामी का विषय है.
So the women, of course, here of the opinion that whatever has happened with them shouldn't have happened. It's wrong. They shouldn't have been able to undergone what they have undergone. It should have not happened, but of course it did happen. We saw the tussle between Delhi police and the wrestlers when the wrestlers decided to jump the barricades at Jantar Mantar to march towards the new parliament. They were put in buses. They were kept in separate police stations and then they were released around 7:20 p.m. on Sunday, after which they were categorically told that they're not going to be allowed to come back to Jantar Mantar. Then the Delhi police said that if they choose to protest again, then they are going to be given a new location if they ask for permission. So of course these visuals are continuously on your screens of the wrestlers continuing to sit in a huddle amongst themselves and deciding what they want to do. Are they going to be convinced by the coaches? Because remember, Christine, we have to understand the importance of these medals, how big these medals are, and India has always been a sporting nation. It's on its way to become a sporting nation, and whatever medals we win in any big tournament, wrestling always has a huge part to play in it. Like I said, India total has a 21 of Olympic medals and wrestling alone has 7 out of that. So clearly that shows you the importance the sport has, and the wrestlers saying that we have taken it upon ourselves to clean the sport for the future generations, because maybe they don't even know if this is going to be the end of their careers. Will they be able to fight in Paris 2024? Because for half of the year now they have been away from the mat. They haven't been practicing. They haven't been to any camps, national camps or any exposure trips. They have been away from the sport. They have just been doing some basic exercises, basic training in the morning to keep themselves fit and active. But apart from that, are they going to be tournament ready? Are they going to be big games ready is something that we do not know. And the wrestlers are not thinking about all of this at this moment. They are only thinking about justice. They are only thinking about Brij Bhushan Singh Sharan and putting him behind bars, and that there should be action against him, and that there should be some sort of movement in the investigation that has been made against him. Harinder, of course, continues showing you live visuals. We can see that circle has been formed alongside these wrestlers. The human chain continues to be there. The family members and Sakshi there sitting on the ground contemplating whether she should go ahead with this, or there's Satyavrat Kadian, who is Sakshi Malik's husband, in the black t-shirt sitting right across from her. Sakshi Malik's mother right behind her. There is Ganesh Fogart as well, that we can see in a black t-shirt with a red rubber band. So obviously all these supporters try to protect from time side what they want to do, whether they want to go ahead with this or not. But the mood is very, very pensive over here at Harki Pauri, at the ghat where these wrestlers are, and they are trying to, of course, take a decision as to whether they want to go ahead with what they had initially planned, what they had tweeted or not. But this is something that we will have to wait and see. But at this moment, you can see the wrestlers sitting, and the India flags also surrounding them over here. So clearly you can see how many people have gathered here, and Harinder trying to give you a sense of the amount of people that are here at Harki Pauri in this moment.
He really is watching out for what their next move is going to be, Karishma. These are dramatic visuals indeed, and emotional scenes that one is witnessing from Harki Pauri in Haridwar. But this is also coming at a time that we saw how, some of them were detained by the Delhi police. They had FIR slapped against them, and that also seems to have, in that sense, angered some of these protesting wrestlers. So top wrestlers like the 2016 Rio bronze medalist Sakshi Malik, the Tokyo 2020 medalist Bajrang Punia, several world championship medalists who've now said that they will immerse their Olympic and world medals in Ganga at Haridwar is a way of protesting, they say, the high-handedness of the police. But the police on its part, the government also to an extent on its part, Karishma, has been saying that they have been given all the support since they started their agitation once again in the month of April. They were allowed to sit in Jantar Mantar, which is a prohibited area. All amenities were provided to them. In fact, they held candle marches in India Gate, went to a Gurdwara, to Connaught Place, and they were not stopped by the Delhi police. That is the other version coming in.
Yes, absolutely. This is the version that's coming in, and we can see the wrestlers are asking for more space to be made here, and they're asking for people to move a bit aside. There is a police deployed over here at Harki Pauri in Haridwar. We are constantly showing you visuals. Vinesh and Sakshi hugging each other. Actually, Sakshi, her head on her knees. Vinesh her brother's hand and trying to decide if she actually wants to go ahead with what they had initiated. And you can see these very emotional visuals and very, very unprecedented visuals here from Harki Pauri, where are give you these visuals. You can see yes, you can see the visuals of on her knees.
We have a little bit of an audio trouble with you, Karishma. We'll just reconnect with you. But yes, these are the latest visuals coming in. The wrestlers' protest at Jantar Mantar in the national capital escalating to a new level after all of these wrestlers have now decided to immerse their medals, their Olympic medals, their world medals into River Ganga. That's the latest on their part. They say that it's been more than a month that they've been protesting against the sexual misconduct by the WFI president, and no strict action so far has been taken, though on its part Delhi police maintains that investigation is on in full swing and law is the same for one and all. More reactions coming in the latest. Karishma also continues to stay on with us. Karishma, before we take it across to more reactions coming in on how so much support is also coming in for these wrestlers, but at the same time several also of the opinion that everything can be solved via dialogue. We have Anil Kumble, the former cricketer, who's also reacted and spoken on similar lines. What are these protesting wrestlers maintaining at this point in time? What is going to be their next step? Because we see, the action come to a halt as we speak.
Well, yes, absolutely, and we are showing you live visuals right now. You can see Sakshi, Vinesh, in a huddle right now with their support system. They happen to be the brothers. You can see they're talking amongst themselves. There is Satyavrat Kadian as well, who is sitting there in a pensive mood, as we can see. So these wrestlers, of course, taking a moment amongst themselves. There is Sakshi, there is Vinesh, there is Sangeeta, because remember, this is at the end of the day a protest for the women, by the women wrestlers. That's what has been maintained by Bajrang Punia. He has not taken the lead in this. He has Vinesh, Sakshi and Sangeeta have been the deciding parties in what happens, because it is their fight. They say that women wrestlers were harassed by Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, so they are taking this time to decide whether they want to go ahead or not. They are having a talk amongst themselves. You can see Sangeeta, Sakshi and Vinesh being given strength by their family members, and family members just telling them that whatever they are going to decide, they will be supported. Whether they decide to immerse it now, whether they decide to not do it, they will have the full support of the family members. We can see a huge support here for these wrestlers. There is police deployment as well here for these wrestlers. We can continuously see they are deciding what they want to do. They are taking some time here. It is already 6:45 and we haven't seen them move from this particular spot. They are asking for water at this moment, and we are waiting to see what they are going to decide, what happens with them. Do they actually go ahead and immerse their visuals a little, immerse their medals, I beg your pardon. And a little earlier, we got to know that the coaches had come here to convince them of not doing this, of not putting their medals, of not immersing their medals in the holy Ganges. They want to see the medals here with them. There are a lot of people here as well, who are of the opinion that they should not do this. They work very hard to win these medals, and they should continue to work hard, and they should find another way of speaking to the government, of speaking the matter heard with them. And this is what they are going to do. This is what they are going to do, and this is what we are trying to. Sakshi Malik's close-up, you can see she is very, very emotional. She is very, very tired as well. You can see in those visuals. We're trying to give you as close visuals as possible, and we are trying to show you what actually is happening on ground over here. Vinesh Fogart continues to be with her brother Sangeeta, also sitting there with her brother here. Sangeeta is here and Sakshi is here. That is Sakshi's mother over there, and Sakshi's mother also trying to give support to these wrestlers in this trying time. Sakshi at this moment speaking to her husband Satyavrat Kadian, of course deciding whether they should go ahead with this or not, whether they want to go ahead with this or not. This is something that the wrestlers are planning at this moment, and we are waiting to see if they are actually going to talk on this, whether they are actually going to make this decision or not. But this is going to be a very, very unprecedented moment if they were to actually come down the stairs here at Haridwar and Immerse their visuals. This is what the conversation is happening here at the moment. The brother possibly giving strength to the sisters, asking them do what your heart feels right in this moment. Whether you want to immerse these medals, whether you don't want to do it, we are going to stand by you, but we are going to support you. And this is what the conversation seems to be at this moment from what we are observing, standing on ground next to these wrestlers. The male wrestlers, of course, taking a back seat on this because it is the fight of women wrestlers against Brijbhushan Charan Singh, where they have filed a complaint, an FIR against him by 7 wrestlers, including one minor, accusing him of sexual harassment. And there were some details also that had come out of that FIR, but the statement has been recorded of Brijbhushan Charan Singh. He hasn't been questioned, and that is what the wrestlers are maintaining, that how do we hope for justice? How do we hope that he is going to be put behind bars, that there's going to be a fair investigation?
Karishma, what has
when he
led to
hasn't
this
been
latest
questioned?
escalation? They've been protesting at Jantar Mantar for days altogether. Is this more about, delayed action, as they're alleging, on part of the Delhi police as far as the ongoing investigations are concerned, or is it about what happened in the national capital on the 28th of May when they decided to march towards the parliament and they were detained? Is it about the police action more than action that they want against Brijbhushan Charan Singh?
Taken against Brijbhushan took wasn't the right action, and that they shouldn't have they should have arrested him. There should have been action against Brijbhushan Charan Singh, but that did not happen. And then what happened on Sunday, of course, led to this particular situation where they were told that they cannot protest like this, they cannot march to the new parliament, and they were put in police stations. They were detained for close to 7 hours, after which they were released, and they were told that they are not going to be allowed to come back to Jantar Mantar, and they were not allowed to come back. They were at their respective homes yesterday, and they had a meeting amongst themselves, after which they tweeted today afternoon saying that they have decided to come to Haridwar, and they were to immerse their medals at 6 p.m. It is going to be 7 p.m. now, and they have sat in this position for the last 1 hour or so. They haven't decided what is it exactly that they want to do now. In the afternoon, they seem to be very, very confident of their decision, but now we don't know what exactly has happened with them. Patch.
Continue talking to us, Karishma. These are visuals once again that we're witnessing of what the wrestler says an attempt